News, views, voices of the global Indian community. India abroad.
I'm running for Fremont mayor, because I believe that Fremont needs bold and experienced leadership to address the many challenges facing us. We've got so many issues right now, whether it's issues related to homelessness or public safety, lack of affordable housing, cost of living. There's so many issues. And I believe we need someone that's experienced, that has good temperament, that works well with everybody.
Talk about your long tenure on the city council. You've been on the city council for how many years?
A total of 10 years.
Wow.
I was appointed for 2-year terms in 2013 and 14. And then I didn't make it on the election the first time I ran. So I ran again in 2016. And then I've been there since then. So I'll be terming out this November.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could you talk about some of the key initiatives that you have led and, some of your proudest moments on the city council?
Well, there's so many, but just to, when I first ran, I ran on, one of the issues we were having at the time was traffic congestion, especially from cut-through traffic, from, people getting off of 680, trying to get on 880. And a lot of that traffic was running through Fremont. And so I was the only candidate talking about this in 2016. I came up with these proposals based on my own research. I had learned that if we, created restrictions at certain times of day. So for example, you couldn't take a right turn or left turn on major streets during rush hour, that it would divert the algorithms. It would tell them don't use these streets, and then it would get those apps like Waze and Google Maps and Apple Maps, and then they would send that traffic back on the freeway. So with some of the stuff that I proposed and the city eventually implemented, we were able to reduce traffic by 68% in some of those streets that were just overwhelmed. So, that's one. And two, we broke ground on the downtown. For a long time, City of Fremont has been talking about a downtown. And initially, all the 5 historic neighborhoods, everybody wanted their own downtown. Niles wanted one, Centerville wanted one, Irvington. And so we said, we need one central downtown where everybody can go to. So the city put money where their mouth is, and we implemented a street, we created out of scratch, and we connected it to Fremont Boulevard. So it's finally getting off the ground. We have a community center, which I'm also very proud of. With no new taxes, we're able to build a community center just through regular revenues that we receive. And that's become a very active place where we have so many events now. And now we're going to the next part, where we're going to even a larger community center, because a lot of community members are saying that this is too small and we need a larger venue. So now we have allocated $39 million for a new center at Central Park.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And this center will allow for 600 people indoors. And then it will also open up, so you might be able to serve over 1,000 people, and in Central Park. So that would satisfy a huge need that we have in our community. I go to so many events, especially with, our large immigrant and Asian American community. I'm in Cupertino and San Ramon and Dublin,
Right.
Chabot College. And so most of these people are from Fremont that are going everywhere. So why can't we have that here?
I know housing has been a huge challenge for the city council. I was there during some of the most contentious meetings I've ever seen, when you had decided to initially put, with HEAP funding, a center in the Niles district. Could you talk a little bit about that and where we've progressed since then?
Yeah. The homeless issues have been the most difficult of all the issues that we've been working on. I've never seen that much passion from the community as I saw with the Homeless Navigation Center. And, and I said this at the time. I said, people love homeless. They want to help them, but they don't want them near them. So it's like, help them, but go do it over there. Don't bring them over here.
Right.
Which is kind of contradictory, because, we're a compassionate community, and, we need to serve everybody. We need to help them. They're humans just like us, maybe down in their luck. And so, getting them out of the street, getting them in housing, gives them stability, and then we can serve all those different aspects that they need, whether it's addiction or mental health or a disability or a job or whatever help they may need. Many of them can be rehabilitated so that they're not homeless anymore and reunited. So the Housing Navigation Center initially started in Niles.
Mhm.
Once and the reason it started in Niles was because there was a church that's like, hey, do it here. We want to do it. We want to
Right.
help the need. But a lot of the folks in the community, they were up in arms, and they were very opposed to having a housing navigation center there. And most people were just more worried about the impacts. How is it going to affect me? Rather than what's best for the situation. And so then we studied. We had like 4 or 5 sites identified, and ultimately nobody wanted it near them. And so we said, you know what? We're going to put it near us, right behind our backyard, which is behind City Hall. And that has, been built and it's working well, and has very high success rate. We're getting those people permanently housed and permanently off the street. And so we need to, get people in permanent situations. That's the only way, we're going to solve this problem.
Absolutely. Councilmember Salwan, as you remember, a lot of the opposition from the Indian American community in Fremont. I attended a couple of city council meetings where it was our community that was up in arms. And what would you say to our community about the need to support housing for homeless people?
Yeah, I don't know why it became so politically charged, but it seems like many of them, they say, well, we came here from India, and we didn't come here for homeless, to be with homeless people, and so it's kind of a flippant attitude, it's I remember when I came here, we were poor, right? We had nothing,
Right.
and this country, gave us everything. They, my dad didn't have a job, it was a very difficult time. And so they took us in, gave us a chance, gave us an opportunity. We looked different, we talked different. And they, the same kind of things could have been said about us, that, why are we helping these Indians that are coming here?
Right.
So I think we need to have a big heart. I would say, like, look, we're blessed that we have this great opportunity. We live in this great country that gives us so many options, and this is our way to give back. We should try to help those that are less fortunate. Very often, and not just Indian Americans, but even the larger Asian Americans sometimes get blamed that they're successful as a community, but sometimes they don't share that success, or there's a bias, like, oh, they only care about money, or they only care about jobs, or their work. But it's very important for us to be involved in the rest of the issues that affect us. We need to be rooted in our communities, and if homelessness is affecting our city where we live, in our community, that we need to be part of the solution, and not just say, go send them over there. That's not solving the problem. That will just displace people and move it from one part of Fremont to another part of Fremont. We need to look at temporary housing, temporary shelters, like the Navigation Center. We need to create more where we can get people out of the street in a shelter, feed them. They can wash their clothes, take a nice shower, and give them the dignity and respect. And once we do that, then we can work on all the other issues, the mental health, the addiction, the disabilities, the benefits, all of that. So I think so we have to be strategic. One of the big issues that has happened is we don't invest enough in mental health. Mental health is a huge issue, and since the 80s we have pretty much defunded mental health.
Right.
So that's one thing we need to do, is we should make sure everybody gets full mental health paid for by the state, federal government, and that way everybody's taken care of. If you focus on mental health, it'll stop addiction, it'll stop the homelessness, a lot of the issues that we're facing.
What are the key issues that you hope to address in your first 100 days, if elected?
Yeah, I think, I want to hit the ground running. I feel like I was meant to do this job. All this training has helped me, growing up in Fremont, being one of the few Indian Americans to now it's like a majority Indian American, Asian American city. Uh,
Mhm.
all those years of working on the committees and commissions and nonprofits. And so I've seen it all. And I know our strengths and I know our weaknesses. And I feel that my soul is united with my community, with my city, with my, city of Fremont. And so the first thing I want to do is, help build that trust with the community members and be accountable to the voters and to the residents of Fremont. I would like to, rebuild our police department. We need more police officers. The ones we have are overworked and understaffed. We need to improve our entertainment options. We're a nice city, a very happy city, happiest city.
Yeah.
But we need more entertainment. We need to have more opportunities for people to have fun. We need to have more restaurant options. People are looking for different. And so we need to incentivize those. We need to support our small businesses. So that's something I want to actively work on. I truly believe in my heart that I am truly the most qualified candidate in some time because of my roots, my experiences, my temperament. I understand India back home. I understand Indian Americans here. I'm trying to build the next generation of leaders, and so I think I will be the best candidate to tackle the issues that are facing us in Fremont. I will be a trusted, accountable leader. In all my campaigns, I have always honored my promises. I have never campaigned on something and not delivered on what I said. And I don't give a lot of rhetoric. I'm not flashy, but I'm just like a get it done type guy. So I think the next 8 years, I think I can do so many things, create a modern cosmopolitan city where everybody feels respected and loved and embraced.